everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss and share my thoughts with all of you about a very bizarre and interesting backstage segment that took place on the April 22nd, 2024 edition of Raw, involving Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan. Now, Rhea Ripley, of course, as we know already, is going to be out of action for at least 5 months due to a shoulder injury that she sustained thanks to Liv Morgan. And also on this week's Raw, Dominik Mysterio was also out of action due to a shoulder injury as he was spotted with the Judgment Day with his arm in a sling. And he ran into Liv Morgan. Now, nothing was actually said between these two. They just stood there, looked at each other in pure silence. Now, obviously, Liv Morgan gave a warning to Rhea Ripley just before she was taken out that she is going to take everything away from her. Now, Liv Morgan has gone on to declare that she's going to be on a revenge tour. So, could this be what she's talking about? Could she be taking her self proclaimed Latino heat away from Rhea Ripley, perhaps? Before we continue, can I just say that I find it really hilarious that Dominik Mysterio is looking more and more like Eddie Guerrero every single day. I mean, when I saw him standing there with that big moustache and that long haired mullet with the shaved sides, I just thought, holy cow, this is the ghost of Eddie Guerrero. Oh my God. He is looking more and more like Eddie Guerrero every single day. And quite frankly, it's hilarious and scary at the same time. But anyway, with Rhea Ripley out of action, could Liv Morgan be setting herself up to become Dominik Mysterio's new Mami? Perhaps? Is it possible that Liv Morgan could be joining the Judgment Day? Can you imagine the nuclear heat that Dominik Mysterio could get? I mean, he's got plenty of heat anyway, but just imagine the nuclear heat this guy could get if he turned on Rhea Ripley and went with Liv Morgan. The booze he would get would be out of this world. We are talking radioactive level. I mean, jeez, it would be absolutely insane if that actually happened. And I think if this did happen, Rhea Ripley is going to come back as a badass babyface, to say the very least. I mean, can you imagine how angry she would be if Dominik Mysterio hooked up with Liv Morgan, the same girl who injured her in the first place? I mean, you talk about explosive TV. I would pay good money to see that. But on a more serious note, we'll have to see how this is going to play out. But Dominik Mysterio, from the way he was looking at Liv Morgan, he looked quite angry. And Liv Morgan was just standing there in pure fear. So who knows, really? But if this is the direction they're planning to go in, my God, is this going to be something else, to say the very least? This would put Dominik Mysterio over as an absolute piece of crap. I don't really know any other way to put it, but if Dominik Mysterio wasn't hated enough already, if he crapped on Rhea Ripley and went with Liv Morgan instead, my God, I would probably have to lock up my doors and windows if I was Dominik Mysterio. Wow. But, at the same time, I have to question what direction are they going with Liv Morgan? Are they going to push her as a heel? Because she's kind of becoming like this psychotic, crazy chick, so to speak. So maybe they might pull the trigger and she goes full blown heel, hooks up with Dominik Mysterio, joins the Judgment Day in Rhea Ripley's place. I mean, that would absolutely just finish it off, really, because I get the sense that the Judgment Day is slowly starting to fall apart because Rhea Ripley was really the glue that was holding the whole team together. Now that she's out of action and, Damien Priest is getting a bit too big for his shoes, maybe Liv Morgan coming in might be the shot in the arm they need, but we are just going to have to see, really. But that little segment we saw between these two on this week's Raw, I'm going to be watching this very, very closely. It's very interesting, I have to say. So, anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What was your thoughts on this backstage segment between Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan? Could this be leading to something? Could Dominik Mysterio be ready to turn on Rhea Ripley and hook up with Liv Morgan? Who knows? Or is this all part of Liv Morgan's revenge tour in terms of getting back at Rhea Ripley? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.